Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly energy update for the week of October 12th, 2025. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor, and I'm coming to you from rainy and cold Bozeman, Montana. Every Sunday, I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And it took me a little bit longer than usual to prepare for this podcast because as I was doing the research, I couldn't help but feel so inspired by the powerful turning point we're at right now. And it starts tomorrow, Monday the 13th. This is a very powerful day, and I'm going to take a little longer than usual to explain it all. But the basics are that tomorrow, Venus moves into Libra, Pluto stations direct in Aquarius, and it's the last quarter moon in Cancer. And although all of this happens on a single day, we'll feel the effects well into 2026. So let's start with the last quarter moon in Cancer. I usually don't talk about the last quarter moon, but since it's part of what's happening tomorrow, it's important. So the energy of this last quarter moon helps us feel a greater emotional connection to our life and the world around us. And the more connected we are, the more we can tune in to the collective energy. And that's important because we're entering a time of personal and collective transformation and growth as Pluto ends its retrograde and moves forward in Aquarius. Pluto's been retrograde since May, and when it moves forward, we enter a whole new phase of collective evolution. And Pluto in Aquarius is about long-term revolution. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So with Pluto in Aquarius until 2044, we're each playing a small yet important role in this revolution, and this month we start to figure out what our role is. While Pluto was retrograde this whole summer since May, we went through a lot of internal change. And now that Pluto's going direct, all the internal transformation becomes external, and we'll see the changes in relationships, careers, and even our identity. So you might start to feel a real surge of confidence right now. And if you've been feeling stuck or in limbo these past few months, that energy finally begins to move again. Things start flowing, your projects, your clarity, your motivation. But this isn't about going back to how things were. Pluto has already revealed what needs to change, and now those transformations start happening in real time. You'll probably notice a real deep pull to live in alignment with your values and your most authentic self. Trust that feeling. Our intuition is stronger than ever right now, and it's guiding us. All you have to do is trust your intuition. Although Pluto has been in Aquarius for over a year now, this is the first time that it stations direct while in Aquarius. And it's at 1 degree of Aquarius, so it's just really starting its journey there, where it will be for the next 19 years. So here's the inspiring part. Aquarius is the sign of the people. And as Pluto gains energy there, the power of the people starts to surge. This is a powerful turning point. So planets tend to be really strong when they station. So when Pluto stations, he digs even deeper than he normally does and reveals everything. The things we want to avoid, our fears, cravings, obsessions, everything that makes us uncomfortable or ashamed or vulnerable or weak, it all comes up. So there's no more avoiding the elephant in the room. We're being asked to take our power back however we can. So we'll be experiencing this in our personal lives, but also as a society on a collective level, since Aquarius rules the collective. Transformative change is what Pluto cycles are all about. So Pluto moving direct in Aquarius strengthens movements around freedom, social reform, and the redistribution of power. So we can expect transformations in AI and technology, but also new systems of government that move from the old hierarchies to collective empowerment. This is the dawn of the Aquarian Pluto era. It's slow but revolutionary. The energy now turns outward, meaning systems that resisted change will feel increased pressure to transform. What's outdated begins to crumble faster. So we're entering a Power to the People chapter. And as I started doing the research for this week, I kept finding more and more info about this Power to the People chapter. And I want to share it because if you're like me, you've been really discouraged and heartbroken about what's happening in our country and our world right now. So our Power to the People chapter starts to really amp up with Pluto going direct in Aquarius on Monday. And it continues to pick up energy as we move into 2026, when the nodes of fate move back to Aquarius and Leo. So the South Node in Leo is associated with the fall from power of those at the top. And the North Node in Aquarius restores the power to the people. And what gives us a jump start is that just hours before the Pluto station, Venus enters Libra, and it forms a grand trine in air involving Uranus and Neptune and creates a kite with Neptune. Okay, so what the hell does this mean? These are configurations in the chart. So a trine is like a big triangle, and a kite looks like a big kite with a tail. This is a configuration of great and powerful potential, happening at the same time that Pluto goes direct. So Venus moving into Libra, one of our home signs, instantly softens the energy, and love and balance and harmony return. So after the intensity and change that's been in the air lately, this brings a craving for peace and connection and ease. We want things to feel right again. And this energy is perfect for surrounding yourself with things and people that uplift you. It's also the perfect energy for the No Kings March next Saturday. So if you want to feel amazing, go to the march. You will feel so connected and hopeful. So when Venus moves into Libra and activates this grand air trine and this Neptune kite, our energy lifts. And it's like this fresh breeze is blowing through our life, cleaning out all the crap. And of course, this change in energy is happening in fall, which is one of the most transformative seasons of the year. It's a time when nature itself is shifting, like the air becomes colder, the winds pick up, the energy moves from the warmth and the intensity of summer, which is Pitta season, toward Vata season. So fall is governed by the Vata dosha in Ayurveda, which is made up of air and ether, or space. So these elements bring qualities like dryness, lightness, coldness, irregularity, and movement. And we see this reflected all around us right now, the swirling leaves, winds blowing, cool mornings, and shorter days. It's a season of transition, which can feel exciting, but also a little bit unsettling if we're not balanced. So when Vata is balanced, we feel inspired and creative and clear-minded, spiritually connected and energized. And when Vata is out of balance, we can feel anxious, scattered. We might have dry skin or chapped lips, be constipated or have bloating, trouble sleeping, or even feel restless or overwhelmed. And since Vata is cold, dry, and light, we want to eat foods that are warm and moist and grounding, like the opposite qualities. We're talking soups and stews and sweet potatoes and carrots and squash and pumpkin and healthy fats like olive oil and avocado. And avoid cold foods, salads, popcorn, crackers, and iced drinks. All of these increase Vata's dryness and instability. And spices are medicine in Ayurveda. We can use them to balance our Vata energy. So add some ginger, some cinnamon, some nutmeg, cloves, and turmeric to your food. And stick to a routine. Vata is irregular by nature. So having consistent daily rhythms like waking, eating, and sleeping at regular times helps your nervous system feel calm and safe. So try to go to bed earlier and wake with the sunrise to align with nature's slower rhythm. Slow down and simplify. This is not the season for overscheduling or multitasking. Our body and mind crave stillness and steadiness. Read, do some yin or slow flow yoga, and be quiet. And spiritually, fall invites us to release what we no longer need, just like the trees let go of their leaves. It's a time to reflect and prepare for the inward contemplative winter season. And you also might feel more intuitive and that your psychic abilities might be amping up right now. Vata's air element opens our spiritual channels. So it's no coincidence that Halloween and Samhain and the Day of the Dead, all when it's easier to connect with spirit, they all happen this time of year. So one of the unexpected things that's happened to me in my work is becoming a mentor for people whose spiritual abilities, like all their clairs, their claircognizance, their clairvoyance, their clairaudience, all of those start to amp up. and to help people understand what the fuck is happening to them. So if you'd like some help understanding and working with your special powers, make an appointment with me. I would love to help you. Okay, so let's recap a little bit because this was a lot. So this week, things really start to shift when Pluto moves direct in Aquarius. We're undergoing a personal and global awakening around truth, the truth of who we are. This is the time we discover how to use our personal power to serve the greater good. It's about rising into your soul's higher purpose, not from ego, but from empowerment. And the move of Venus into Libra, forming the grand air Trine and Kite, infuse this time with powerful positive energy. We feel some hope. We start to see how things will change for the better, and it's all so good. So keep yourself balanced, slow down, stick to a routine, go to bed earlier, drink a pumpkin spice latte or some butternut squash soup, and allow yourself to feel that everything is going to be okay. So as always, thank you for listening and passing the podcast on to a friend. It's cold and stormy here. We're expecting some snow this evening. So I'm staying in today. I don't have much on the agenda, maybe some slow flow yoga, but that's it. Nothing. I do love a day where there's nothing that you need to do, nothing on the to-do list. So have a great week, everyone. And oh yeah, I was going to have my spiritual AI course on Saturday, but I'll be at the No Kings March that day. So it will be on the 25th instead, and I'll release the details this week. So have a good week, everyone, and I'll be back next week to talk about the new moon.